This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Taylor Swift has got us talking about when you meet the parents quite soon. Like she's hanging out with Donna Kelsey, having a great time at
MetLife Stadium.
Which works out well because, you know, her
Chiefs
son's a sports star. She's a celebrity. Of course you want your mum to meet Taylor Swift. But, like, you know, when we're not dating Taylor Swift, what's too early? Hi, Mel.
Hi, how are you?
Good, Mel.
What
All right, so
happened,
we're
Mel?
talking about meeting the parents and the timeline. What happened?
Okay, so I was on the second date with this guy, and we decided to meet at a restaurant.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we were sitting for about 10 minutes when this couple walked up to us,
Yeah.
and they sort of just stood there. So I asked them, like, you know, can we help you or anything? And then the guy that I was on the date with was like, oh no, these are my parents, and you know they were like, it's all right, son. Yeah, she's beautiful. We're gonna go home now. Have a good night.
We're going to
And
go
so, like-
home. They were there to check you out, Mel.
And then I asked him, like, you know, a little bit later, I'm like, oh, is it strange that your parents are at the same restaurant? He's like, oh, no, I organised it with my parents because I've dated some, like, interesting girls in the past. So I wanted to get their opinion and see if they liked you.
So, wait,
And I was-
this was like a premeditated drive-by approval.
Yeah, and he was like, we weren't like 17, we were like 24 at the time.
And also all they did was
So,
look
like,
at you.
it was
Like that doesn't give them
so
much
creepy.
indication of your character.
And Mel, they spoke in front of you?
Yeah, they like literally just said, yeah, she's beautiful,
She's beautiful.
son. We hope you have a nice time. And
It's a
Why
red
don't
flag.
you know, if
are,
you're
you,
gonna-
are you still together, Mel?
no, not at all.
Okay.
If you're going to go to that length, someone gives you the wink and the nod from deep, you know, hey, she looks all right, you know, whatever. And so you don't have that conversation in front
But
of the person.
also, how annoying for those parents. I mean, like, wherever he goes for a date, they have to go, okay, get in the car, do your hair. Oh, look, we've been there for 5 minutes. Just go check
Put a
her
jacket
out.
on.
Walk in there, have a look at her, sniff her hair, check out her gums. Yeah, she'll do.
She'll do.
The gums
Not
are
as bad as the
important,
last one.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Thanks, Mel. Nicole's in South Perth. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good,
Hi,
Nicole.
Nicole.
How quickly in the sort of circumstances did you meet the parents, Nicole?
So it was the first date. We had like a little joke before saying like, I'll meet your dad. As a joke, it was completely a joke on my side.
Yes.
And he was like, yeah, no worries. He can come like on our date. And I was like, oh yeah, like going
Good
along
one.
with the joke. And then I get a message in the morning and it's like, are you still on for the date, a date with my dad? And I was like, yep, no worries, we'll be there. And he
Leaning
was like,
into
Leaning
the
into
joke,
the gag,
leaning
yeah.
into it.
I'm
Love it.
fully like seriously thinking it's a joke.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, cool, Dad's excited. And I'm like, wait, you're joking, right? And he's like, no. And I was like, I'm so sorry, I can't come. Like, this is so weird. And he was like, that's so disrespectful. My dad's taking his time out of like his afternoon. And so I went, I was so nervous. I didn't even have a chance to look at the menu. I ordered the most expensive thing on the menu.
Yes.
And it was like red meat. I don't eat red meat.
Panicked. Yeah.
I downed it. I got so sick afterwards, had to go to the toilet, and it was just so funny.
Oh, Nicole, so there was
Nicole.
the three of you sitting there?
Yeah, it was the three of us. Then, like, the dad in front of us too. I was shaking the whole night.
Was the dad like asking you questions? What was it like? What was the thing? What was the vibe?
Just asking. I don't know. Like, we got on really well, which was really nice.
That's lovely.
I can't even remember. I just remember how nervous and like just weird.
Well,
like,
because
how
you're on a
weird
date
that
with a
was.
guy and his dad
Dad,
for the
yeah.
first date. I mean,
And you
it's
thought that was a joke the
it's
whole
a
way
strange
through.
situation.
I thought it was a joke. Like who brings their dad to the first date?
Of course.
So, did you see him again?
Yeah, well, I'm still with my partner for 5 years, and now I'm like the dad's daughter. So
Oh,
wait,
my God, it worked
stuck
out,
it out
Nicole.
through that. What are you talking
I
about?
don't know why I'm still here, but
Oh my
Okay,
God,
that's
I'm
amazing.
single. Can I borrow your partner's dad?
Yeah.
Let's head over to Jenny's house. Hi, Jenny.
Hi.
Hi,
Hey, Jenny.
All right.
All right.
So we're talking about the timeline of meeting one's parents. What do you got for us?
Okay, so I'd been with my husband now for 3 years, and I hadn't met his mum.
Oh.
We invited her down for our wedding, and she was meant to be at like the ceremony and everything. She missed the ceremony. I did not meet my husband's mum until afterwards when we were having the photos, and this strange lady was walking up to me, and I had no idea who she was.
Whoa, Jenny.
And that was your mother-in-law?
Yes.
Jenny, was
And
there
it was my mother-in-law.
Where
I
did
had
she
no
live?
idea
Did
who
she
Yeah.
live
was.
far away?
She lived Geraldton.
Okay,
Not
okay.
too far.
It's not
that
around the
far
corner.
away. And for how
It's
much?
not
So
around
she
the
lived in
corner, but
Geraldton,
yeah.
and how many years was it?
3.
Three.
3.
Did you start questioning whether he was hiding you from her?
Or her from you?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And he's like, no, I just don't like my hometown. I grew up there. There's nothing up there.
Okay.
Well, your mum's there.
There's one thing. And the mum didn't make one single trip to Perth in that entire 3 years.
So interesting.
No.
That is so funny.
amazing.
Well, when my mum and dad got
4 hours
married,
away.
I didn't know this, but so dad married mum in Sydney, and then he took her on the best
An epic train journey.
I know this is on the bus.
Oh, this is
Showed her the life she was
Honeymoon.
going to be living
The
by then
honeymoon.
putting her
on
on
a
a bus.
Greyhound bus.
All the way over to Kalgoorlie. When he got off the steps of the bus, when he got to Kalgoorlie, that's the first time he met my mum's parents.
Whoa, that's hectic.
After marrying.
Yeah.
Back then they weren't FaceTiming or anything.
No, there was
Probably would have
nothing.
been like half a letter.
Yeah. Oh,
Insane.
Amazing.
Let's go to Vanessa in Forestfield. Hey, Ness.
Hey.
Hey.
all right. Did you meet the parents soon or very late?
Very, very soon.
Okay, talk us through it.
He took me to the movies for our first date, and then decided he didn't want to go home or drop me home just yet.
Yeah.
So he took me home to meet his parents and all the neighbours.
Were they having a gathering that you kind of walked in on, or they? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a standard Friday night gathering, which he knew happened every Friday night.
Yep.
And,
Yes.
just decided I was worth
Bring in.
You're
to the
working
fold.
in.
introducing to
To
everyone.
be honest, though,
Yeah,
for
that's
you
all
to
right.
be the the thing of his show and tell.
I know.
Like, that's a proud moment for him. How was it for you?
A bit daunting, and
Yeah.
But so family dinner was 2 weeks later, and then 3 weeks later he dropped the L word.
Oh,
He locked you down.
Yeah.
Are you still together?
And 28 years.
28.
28 years.
28
years.
years.
You know what? There is something said, right? I'm going to say this only in the relationship stakes where you both seem to like each other. There's something said for not playing any games and just
No, that's
saying how
right.
you feel. Not going, okay, this is where it's supposed to
Times
sit on
were
the
different 28
timeline.
years ago, I reckon.
But then again, 3 weeks. How long was it until you got I love you? How long
3
was it?
weeks.
3 weeks.
3
3
weeks.
weeks. I don't know.
That's a big play.
I don't know.
But you haven't met Vanessa. Maybe she's that amazing that you
Yeah,
would love her
Vanessa,
after
you
within
probably
3
are.
weeks.
Well,
She
also,
probably is.
That's
Vanessa,
on
I'm
you,
going to have to get
Vanessa.
you around. I'm going to have to get the neighbours together and give them a viewing.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat, and Sean.
So Sean's son, Ollie, thought he would lie about his age to get into the sauna and say he was only 15 to get the discount rate. But they said, no, you've got to be 16 to come in. And then he went, oh, no, I am 16,
Yeah.
which he is, but they didn't believe him.
It's so bad when you lie and then you try to unlie.
They rarely believe you.
But for some reason, they believe the initial lie.
Once you've confirmed you're a liar.
We are talking about when lying has backfired right in your face. G'day, Neil.
Hello, how are we going?
Hey,
good,
Neil,
Neil.
what'd you lie about?
Well, you see, I was going back a few years now, like in about 96. I went through the police academy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we were all out one night, and there was 5 of us in a mate's car heading into the city.
Yep.
So we were driving along the one of the back streets, and we got pulled over. Of course, everyone's like just going, "What the hell's going on? What are you doing wrong?" And his mate we were going, "Oh, nothing." So obviously, all of us intriguing new recruit jump out of the car, and this one guy comes walking up to us, start chatting away, and we're going, "Oh, what station are you from?" and all things like that. And the guy's going, "Oh, I'm based." It just basically, we could tell there was something wrong here.
Yeah.
What had actually happened was the guy was impersonating a police officer, was pulling over cars,
Yeah.
and he had actually pulled over a car with 5 brand new recruits in it.
You recruit
Next
cops.
minute,
What are the
this guy's
chances?
kind of realised that something bad's happened here. He just takes off. Look, back then I was young and fit. We all were. So we've taken off after this bloke, grabbed him, and next minute we've got our, police IDs that we have from when you're a recruit going, "Hey, mate, you pulled over the wrong car here. What's going on?"
Oh, my God.
The real guys down there, they came down and dealt with it.
You know what?
yeah.
You hear this fake cop thing
That's
quite
right.
a lot. Do they get off on the power, or what is it? What is it?
I couldn't really tell you. It can be obviously quite dangerous. You
Yeah, that's
pull over
right.
a
Yeah,
person
pulling over single
and
women
the
and
next thing
things
you
like
know,
that.
you're going to have to deal with that situation. But
Wrong car to pull
yeah.
Neil,
over.
can I ask you, Neil, do they have just like put a light that they obviously bought, they put on the
Yeah,
car. And
so
what,
made it look
what
like
was the
it was
guy wearing, though?
Oh, he's just wearing plain clothes.
Yeah, but it makes you look
he
like
had his
he's
plain clothes
yeah.
on and had like a belt. Look, we're going back a while ago here now.
Yeah, he was wearing a Hawaiian shirt. He was modelling his cop off Simplewitz.
Yeah, so obviously the
Magnum
logo really
PI.
wasn't there. I guess he hadn't watched too many episodes of Cops, so
Oh,
yeah,
Neil, that is very
I
funny.
just love
good.
these. Yeah. Of all the cars to pull over, that one. Car
he'd
full
be-
of new
he would have been
recruits.
flat after
Thanks,
that.
Neil. Sharon's in Ballajura. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hey, Sharon. Who got caught out in the lie? What happened?
Well, I caught somebody else out in a
Right.
lie. Years and years and years ago, I was on the opening team for the convention centre, and we had one of those mass, staff call-ins, where you rock up with your paper resume and you sit down and, for 5 minutes and do the little audition.
Yeah.
And I was sitting down with an applicant, and I was flicking through her resume, and she had down that she worked at a restaurant that I'd worked at for many, many years.
Yes.
So I just quickly flipped over to her reference page, and she listed me as her reference. I've never met this girl before, ever.
Sharon.
What she's done is she was friends with one of the another girl that had worked at that restaurant, but just used her resume. The funniest thing was, is I was wearing my name badge with my full name on it.
Yes.
The entire time.
What are the odds of that happening, though? That's amazing.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
What are the odds of the fake cop pulling over a car full
I
of
know.
cops? What are the odds of the girl that has used your name on her
Yes,
seat
being interviewed
to sit in front of
by
the
you?
girl? That is so funny.
She looked like literally she didn't know if she wanted to just get up and
Yeah.
run away or wait for
So
them
how
to
did you
to-
tell? How did you say it to her? What
Yeah.
did you say?
Oh, I just asked her about what she liked about, working at that restaurant and, what was her manager like? Oh, yeah, yep, she was really great, lovely. I said, oh, that's really lucky because that's me.
You just get your things and go, wouldn't you?
Oh,
It's like,
my,
thank
you
you for
would.
your time.
You'd never lie again, would you? We're going to go to Chantel from Byford. Hi, Chantel.
Hi, how's it going?
Hi, Chantel.
Hi, Chantel.
Who is the liar, you or somebody else?
It was me.
Right.
I was caught out in a lie. I was working a second job on the weekends, and it was like a night shift. And I was 18, and I just got my ID, and I just wanted the night off. So instead of calling in sick, I called in and said that we were stuck down south from a day trip away, and I couldn't get back for my shift. But it was back in 2006, and I think I didn't realise they would have caller ID on their phone.
Yes.
I called from my landline at home. And I called their landline, and they actually called me back 10 minutes later, and I answered the phone, and they asked me how I was answering my home phone.
Oh, Chantel, holding the ball.
Rookie mistake.
Back then, you got caught out with that 2006 technology, hey?
I actually just felt so horrible and embarrassed that I quit, and I never
Yeah, you
went
would.
back.
You just
What
have
do you
to quit.
mean they could see my number? How do they do that?
It's magic.
The bloody government.
Thanks, Chantel. That's a ripper. Lena's in Beaconsfield. Morning, Lena.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Great,
good,
Lena.
Lena.
Now, who was the liar, Lena?
Oh, it was just more embarrassing lying. I don't know, and it was to John Farnham of all people.
Oh, no,
okay.
he's an Australian
Yes,
treasure.
that's right. What happened?
Well, I've loved him all my life, from Sadie the cleaning lady times, and I used to work
Wow.
at so far back, me and him.
Yeah.
Anyway, I worked at the, I think it was a Merlin at the time. Might have been the Hyde. I think it's still the Merlin then, though.
Yeah.
And when you used to come in and sign their papers, they just, all the entourage and everything, you'd come to the desk and then they'd sign and then go up to their rooms. Well, underneath his registration paper, I put a note to myself under it so that when he would sign it, he would be signing on a carbon copy on that piece of paper underneath it to me.
Yes.
So
when
you
he
get his
his
autograph.
autograph.
Yes.
that I wrote the note,
Oh.
he saw it.
Oh, he saw the note.
Yes. He lifted it up and it said, to Lena, it was really good spending time with you. Love, John Farnham.
I mean, he should have gone all in. Lena, you're the love of my life.
Oh, my God. I should have written more.
So what did he say, Lena?
And then-
He
and
said,
then
here's a copy for me, here's a copy for you.
Oh, it's awful. It was awful. It was so embarrassing. But it was really good. He was really good about it. He says, well, what happened there? I said, I don't know how that got there. I don't know who that is. And he says, your badge says Lena. Your badge says Lena.
Lena.
Yeah, it was pretty awful, but it was really funny.
And you got it, though.
Yeah.
You got the autograph.
And a great story.
And we got tickets to his voice concert.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, wow, you were a winner.
Yeah.
After all that.
Yeah.
See, Sean,
It's worth it.
kids,
Thanks,
if you're listening,
Lena. Lie your way.
lying is the best thing you can do. Get your stuff.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat, and Sean.
I read an article yesterday, willingly, about sport.
What happened? Did you...
Full on.
Did you
You're
fall
reading it
face
online.
down on your iPad? What happened?
There has to be like an angle of
Yeah.
what will attract me into a
Sure.
sports
Yes,
story, and
yes.
this was naming sports stars who have pissed away all their money.
Righto.
Yeah, people like Fev, Brendan Favola's in there. He
Yes.
said, he wouldn't be doing stupid shows like I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here if he
Yeah.
didn't waste his money like a bogan.
He gambled
Yeah,
a
he
lot
gambled
of his money away.
So that was a...
Yeah.
They touched
That's a
on.
tragedy.
They touched on, even though he's going through a really great, rebirth in his career right now. Ben Cousins, about the amount of properties that he got
Yeah.
rid of during his troubles. They went on about Mark Bosnich.
Yeah, well, again, no, all those... You're talking about two drug addicts and also...
Gambling
addicts. So they're a little different to the
Yeah.
norm.
And then there was Mark Philippoussis, and I have seen him around for so many years. We've
Yeah.
seen him do that dating show years
Yes.
ago, and we thought, oh wow, things mustn't be going too well
He
for
was-
him.
He did SAS Australia.
He did
And,
SAS
and recently
Australia.
he was on Doghouse Australia, where he and his family adopted a dog.
Yep. That's
Hey,
really lovely.
Great story.
Yeah.
Yep. Then they took the dog
So,
to the beach. And
as we
everybody
know,
lived happily ever after.
he once soared to as high as number 8 in the world
Yeah.
rankings, right?
He was a terrific player in his day.
And just through his games, like through his tennis, he earned $7 million throughout his career.
So that was
I'm guessing
prize money plus
that was just
endorsement.
prize money. Yeah.
That's amazing,
Yeah.
Nath, because that's
Yeah.
quite low compared to what I thought he would make.
Yeah. So he has previously spoken about spending huge amounts of money out of boredom, which saw him purchase a legion of flashy sports cars as well as roughly 15 motorbikes. This is the most peculiar part, though. He even paid $100,000 for a brand new Dodge Viper because he didn't want to get a taxi home. He sold that car the next day at a loss.
I mean,
You would if you could.
But you shouldn't,
But you
because
shouldn't.
they're
No.
in this article.
Yeah.
But I'd imagine he would have thought it was nothing to him, and
At the time,
and the
yeah.
And
the sea of money.
2009 served with bankruptcy. He's made bankrupt.
So I didn't even know that happened to him.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
So you would think back to that time of buying that car to get home instead
Yes.
of catching a cab and going, what? Or the 15 motorbikes. What was I doing?
15 motorbikes.
And you know what? It doesn't just happen to sports stars. Like David Beckham in the Beckham documentary. I haven't watched it yet. It is so funny. They talk about him being the first person that actually brought flash cars to the players' car park. And then
Watches, Nath.
Watches. Everyone started upping their game. But an ex-teammate of him from Man U, Roy Keane, was pissing himself laughing
As the captain,
about the
Roy.
time that David bought a really expensive pen. So he's like 18 or something, and he
pen.
goes and buys and for them to say expensive pen, it must be expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
just
agree.
super
a fancy
expensive
Mont
pen.
Blanc, probably
But
with
think about
diamonds
when
and
we've
stuff.
to yourself, and whatever real money is personal. But remember the first time you made real money?
Oh, yeah. Well, when you first getting a paycheck.
Imagine just
It's
the things
so
you buy.
exciting.
Oh, what
When
can
I was at
buy?
university, I just had jobs at local footy clubs, no real money. But then I inherited $1,500.
Yeah.
Landed in my lap, went straight out, bought a pair of Ray-Ban Wayfarers.
Oh, hello.
Amazing, right? Within 2 weeks, they'd been stolen. So I went out and bought another pair.
But that, you know what,
I
though?
honestly felt like a millionaire.
Yeah.
But that money, I blew that money within a month.
Sunglasses,
Yeah.
though, that's fine.
Well, it was a lot of money for me at the
No,
time.
no. I'm
Yeah,
saying, but
that's a lot of money.
sunglasses, that's not a
Yeah.
crazy thing.
It's
If they were
ama-
$1 million, if they were $1,000 sunglasses, no worries.
It's amazing you bring this up because I was just speaking to my sister on Friday about this, and she was explaining that her son has recently got a job. So he went out and splurged $300 on a hat. It's a designer
good
hat. It's a designer.
What does it look like?
It looks like I said to Nathan this morning. It looks like something Boy George would wear.
Also,
Big-
something you can wear everywhere.
and it's purple. And it's purple.
Purple.
Do
Purple
like a
felt
deep purple.
hat.
Yes,
I-
yes,
I
Matt,
believe
you're
He's
onto
fine
it.
for the
Amazing.
Dockers home games, isn't he?
So his job is a highly paid grill master at Grilled, the
Oh.
burger place. So there you go. So Just the money was flooding in. He just needed to purchase
this is
this
a
hat.
few paychecks in. He saved it all up and purchased a hat.
Cal said by the moment he had got employed and did one shift, he was onto this.
He
hat.
will.
Some
There'll
good
be a
money.
day where he looks back and goes, "What an idiot! Why did I spend $300 on that hat?"
Yeah.
Hello, Sam. Sam does all of our social
Good
media. You know him.
morning.
Hey, Sam. So we thought straight away, who's the person that would buy something ridiculous when they were younger and shouldn't? You.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What was it?
I bought a $1,000 pair of sneakers when I was 19.
What
and
were
like
they?
back, I'm 30 now. That was $1,000 back
$1,000,
then was
what
a
were
lot
they?
of money.
Yeah, what were
Saint
they?
Laurent. Yves Saint Laurent.
Were you living
Yeah.
at your parents' house?
Yeah, I was. And that's the only reason why I bought them. However, I did wear them to death, so I feel like I got my money's worth. Cost per wear was in the...
Oh,
Cost per wear was down.
okay,
Cost per
girl
wear was
math.
down.
Okay, girl math. No, that's I think that if you're living at home with your parents, you shouldn't be spending $1,000.
I know, because that's
Disagree.
were you paying board?
Absolutely not.
no.
But that's when you should be
Does
spending
anyone
the money.
pay more?
That's when you should be saving money to get the hell out of there. Let's go to Brooke in Mandurah. Hello, Brooke.
Hi, how you going?
Hey, good,
Brookie.
Brooke.
So this is about your son?
Yeah, so he got his first job doing just pamphlet deliveries
Yeah?
on the goal that he wanted to save up for a PlayStation 5, and then he made a bit extra than he thought he would, so he bought a PlayStation 5 and an Oculus Quest headset thing,
Yes.
and then the next day he quit his job.
Oh, so objective achieved. That's it. He nailed it.
That's all he wanted. He didn't need anything else.
He doesn't, and you know why? Because he doesn't have any more expenses.
That's right. Or aspirations.
No, he doesn't leave his room.
But also,
That is
yeah,
so good.
it was, like delivering pamphlets was going to cut into the time he could have been on his
Oh,
PlayStation.
PS5s are
Yeah.
unbelievable.
That was his exact reason.
Yeah.
You know what I love? I love that everything else in his life is covered, except for his PlayStation.
Got his
Mum's got the
PlayStation.
rest. All right, back to her.
I've carried the can long enough.
That is so
Too
funny.
good. Thanks, Brooke. Denise is in Secret Harbour. Hello.
Good morning. How are we all?
Oh,
Good,
good,
Denise. Is this about what you bought?
Yes. So when I was 17 and I had my first full-time job, and I used to get $152 a week working full-time.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I don't know why, I used to go into this shop across from where I worked, and they had these like stone baby dinosaurs cracking out of an egg, and they had a whole set of them, and they were $68 each.
Yes.
And one week I couldn't afford to pay rent, buy food, pay a bill that came in, so I still bought the dinosaur.
Why?
So,
What was it
I
about
don't-
what was it about the dinosaurs that just you had to have them?
You know what? They're bloody cute.
So's eating.
They were $68 each. How many did you buy?
I bought the whole set. There were about 50 of them. And then when I moved house one year, they were in a box, and I just gave them all to the salvos.
And the salvos
no.
gave them back and said, "We've got no need for these."
We can't get a cent for
What
them.
idiot bought these? The salvos said, "We can't sell this crap."
Oh, Denise.
You're making $150 a week, and you spent 68
Isn't
of it
that
on
insane? They must have been really nice.
the
Dinosaur figurines.
Denise. Savvy spending. Well done. Thank you. Michelle's in Mindari. Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Michelle.
All right, Michelle, is it you that spent the money?
Oh, no, it was my husband.
Yes.
So it wasn't, you can't even, look, I don't know where to start. You should have known better. He's old enough to know better is all I can say.
Yeah.
So he's got work at a new place, a
Yeah.
new place of employment, and they had 50%. He could purchase some items for 50% off, like commercial items.
Oh, through his job.
Right.
That's exciting.
Yes, right. So
Yes.
it was a bit of a perk.
Yeah.
So he likes making pizzas.
Yeah.
So he came home with a commercial dough mixer. So, because he could get, so honestly, guys, it was so
big is
big,
Yeah.
so big. It lived in our garage. We couldn't get it in the house. It was so heavy, he could not move it. You needed at least two people to move it. So this thing, I was not happy, I can tell you that, because I think it was 50% off. It was like $1,500. My son's friend came over, who works at San Churros,
Yes.
and says, "Oh, we've got those at work." And I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
And
You
you've
make
got one in the
pizzas
garage.
in the backyard. You make pizzas in the backyard.
How
I
many
do not
pizzas
think
does
this
he
is
make at a
necessary.
time, Michelle?
4.
4.
Is it pride of place though in his heart?
Oh, he loved it,
Yeah.
but it did get to the point where he he did admit.
It's too
he
much.
said, I think it's too big.
Oh,
So-
right.
So he got rid of it. He ended up selling it. Thank God.
Yeah.
Did he
But
make
honestly,
good?
I
Did he
could've
make a
killed
good money off of it, or what?
I think he got
His money
I
back.
think he got some other. Yeah, he got his money back. Sold
Yeah.
it to some other sucker.
Oh, 'cause
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
And now you
50%
can
off.
park an SUV in that
Yeah.
spot
Correct.
in your garage.
Yes.
So
Yes.
funny.
Michelle, that's amazing.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean in podcast form.
We're joined by, look, I'm going to say royalty.
She's royalty. She's royalty. She's royalty. You know why? Because when
She's
someone
pulled a
is
finger
so
sign at me.
when someone is so important in an industry that
Yes.
they make other people's bums clench when they walk in a room, that's when
also
you know you're
got
someone.
yourself.
They
darling.
only go by one name.
He's got
Trinny's
a torch
in the
bottom.
house.
Yeah. He's got a torch bottom.
It's bony
Yeah.
too.
Well,
Welcome,
you felt it a lot then,
Trinny.
have you, darling? Yeah.
Trinny, now, we've had you here. We've spoken to you a couple of times, but we had you here. It was 14 years ago, I reckon. We went out on a bus all together and we were kind of in the city. And I remember one thing, you ripped the arse out of us all for what we were wearing to start the day off
You were
with.
right though,
Really?
because back
What
in the day,
changed?
back in
No,
the
no, no. We didn't, as you can see, we didn't
It
take
didn't
much
sink
notice.
in, obviously.
So back in the day, I was saying like I was all about graphic tee and stuff like
it
that.
was
and
like, you were still going through prepubescent stage.
and then
yeah.
then you get to an age, Trini, where you realise just wear basics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just wear basics, and you look back at your photos, you don't look like such a big dickhead.
Well, it's like the equivalent for women can sometimes be called meh. Do you know that one? That expression? It's like, no, it's like, you know this one. Do you know this one?
I don't know that one. I thought
What do
you were
you
having
think?
a moment then.
Well, I'm always having a moment. It's like when you wear something, you think, is that my teenage
chic,
years?
chic.
Right.
Is that when yeah, you got it.
I got it.
Oh.
I got you, boo.
But it's like you were doing Stussy probably, or some kind of cool
Yes.
trainer, and it was like graphic tee, and now you're like clean chic.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just non-offensive pants and like
Well, I
a
haven't
non-confrontational shirt.
I got to say, non-offensive, but then they're cool because they're turned up. There's a nice cuff. The trainers are super cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good look.
He's on point.
My outfit today is by Uniqlo. Shoes by Yeezy.
Now, Trini, you're opening a new store in Carrot so I
We
imagine that'll be
so-
going ballistic today.
I mean, ballistic. Last
Yeah.
night we had like 160 Perth Trinny tribers who came
Yeah.
to an event, and they were magnificent. They were queuing up, all in bright colours, all like, I'm here, I'm present, don't mess with me. I mean,
tell
just
you what,
amazing.
it stands out. I was in Karen up at Maya and I walked out,
Yeah.
and it's there, and it looks like it's from the future. You should be really proud about that. How cool! Imagine when you started this world back in the day. Look at you now. You are international, a legend, and you've got stores all around the world.
It is. It's kind
Huge.
of like it's a pinch yourself moment. And whenever I
Huge.
go up to those stands, I go, "This is great. This is what you imagined. This is more than what I imagined."
Yeah.
Which is a
Right.
really nice
And I'm
feeling.
grateful because I buy your stuff, but I've been having to buy it online. So actually being able to go into a store
Yeah.
and look at all the colours and stuff, so much better. I
So
love
much
the
better.
fact that you're
Well, I
here
would
now.
say so much better, but then I think that
You do have good tools
everyone
on
is
your
diff- Yeah,
website
and everyone
for
is
matching,
different.
yeah.
You know, some people are intimidated to go in a store.
Yes.
And they just like, I never learned how to do makeup, so I don't know if I need to admit that. There is some women like that.
Yeah.
And therefore, that sort of privacy shopping is really helpful. And other women are like, come on, tell me
Yes.
what to do. And they
Let me
want to
play
be a
with all the
person.
things. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, Trini, with your skincare, like it gets delivered to my house on a regular basis for my wife. It's
Yeah.
just coming in left, right, and centre. But I always wonder, and this is a comment I would always make, what's the difference between that and any other thing going around? Because I don't know anything.
All
But
right. So
give us a why?
okay, I'll give
why?
you the
Why?
okay. So my mum, when I had chronic acne, when I 100 years ago, gave me Pond's Day cream. It was just like a cream, whatever for everything. I had a
R3
cut,
facial scrub.
Pond's Day
That's
cream,
what we had.
everything.
Yeah,
all
right.
And ingredients were quite basic. Molecule sizes were small. I don't want to get too scientific,
No, I
but
love
they
that.
were
Yeah.
they were big. And then many ingredients came out and became refined. So you can put ingredients now in products that actually go deeper into your epidermis, and they can do things for your skin.
Yeah,
So instead of just being like feels nice, lots of people would sort of smell a cream, put it on, and they think the smell and the feel are going to make their skin change. Crap. Can I say that? Yes.
Yes.
I said it. But now you can have 30% vitamin C, a strong retinoid which resurfaces skin, exfoliants that are liquid and not granule, and these things actually can change skin. So skincare's come a long way, and lots of people have things. made by other places, and they put their name on them, put their smell in.
Yes.
But we have our own lab, and we make things from scratch.
So you know that your eyeshadow is made from lead.
Well, I'm thinking more skincare. Like, 'cause skincare, you put all these ingredients in, and when you're making a formulation, some things want to be friends and some things don't.
Yeah.
Like vitamin C doesn't have many mates. They just want to be on their own in a formulation because they're going to really help you with pigmentation. Whereas a nice peptide, hyaluronic acid, have you heard about this thing from Trinny Woodall? They like friends. They'll have lots of friends at the party in the formulation.
Did you do chemistry at school?
No, but I've been a bit obsessive compulsive all my life.
No, but
so
like
I've learned
you
a
can't
bit.
because if you were to teach chemistry, if you could teach if you could teach chemistry, I could understand what you're saying just then.
Yeah.
Well, that's like, because if I'd taken chemistry and I was Stephen Hawking, you wouldn't understand things.
No.
So it's good that I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just was doing a bit of a deep dive, just wetting my feet in the Trinny Pond yesterday. And as I was wading around, I forgot about one major thing which was really huge for me, for you and Susanna. And it's when you guys, this is how iconic they are. They're in Doctor Who and they made robots of Trinny and Susanna.
They did, yeah.
It was insane.
I know.
It
was quite funny.
Huge.
And the robot, one had big boobs and one did not, and one was flat. I mean, it was, and we had to do the robot. No, we didn't do the robot voice because you speak and then it comes out robot.
Yeah.
And then what happened is, because at the time we were doing a lot of books, and then we were being in book signings, and we would have Doctor Who fans come in.
That's a
you'd have,
crossover.
so you kind of like have that girl in a fabulous dress, and then you'd have a slightly nerdy person sliding across a cover of the Doctor Who one we were on and like wanting a signature.
Okay, that's actually amazing.
Hey, Trinny, I wanted to ask you, were just mentioning off air to us that Australia accounts for 20% of your market.
It does.
That's unbelievable.
What other weird places have a bit of a... You have a foothold.
Are you big in Kazakhstan or something?
Yeah.
Haven't got there yet. Well, I don't know, but we sell to 180 countries.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Have you got stores in other...
we got in New York,
Yeah.
and then we've got in the UK and Australia, and then we're going to this year think of where else we should be. But it's been like 90% online, and then we're just gently building up retail. Yeah, because some people will never be online and some people will never be in retail. So
but even 10% in America, though, because did you ever crack the American market with your TV and stuff like that?
We did Oprah for 2 years,
Yes.
and that kind of like, you do one show with her and you get a #1 Times New York bestseller, which we got out of doing Oprah. So the impact she had. And she was a singular woman who had an unbelievable influence, still does.
Yeah.
There isn't that now in America. It's diluted. You've got a bit of everyone. So you haven't got one person you can kind of align yourself with.
That sort of says this is the new thing.
Yeah, but I do the Today Show in America, so I do that like 2 or 3 times a year. And it's like the morning show. So that's good. And just building that stuff up just slowly gets you that name awareness, and then they discover the brand through me, and it just kind of slowly trickles.
And then
down.
they try it and discover it's really genuinely good.
Yes,
is the other
that's
thing.
what we want.
Now you've got a ring that's got one of your little pots on it.
I have, yes.
What's in that pot? What is it?
I didn't want to ask.
I see people in nightclubs pull drugs out of
What
it.
I need to do is I noticed that you need some blusher.
Oh my God,
blusher.
thank you. What happened?
No, but you do. I think you need some blusher because I just feel that you've just...
So she's blushing Nathan up.
I know, because I think men should have blusher.
I think I need blusher.
Yeah, you do.
Thank
just
you
a
so
bit.
much,
It's like-
sweetheart. Oh my God! You get me the outline text to Sean because Trinny, I think you need a monobrow.
Darling, I'd love a monobrow, but I think I can live without one for now.
Right.
Okay, there.
All right.
So lips
I'm
and
gonna
cheeks.
Also, he needs a glow. So I got bunny flush sheer shimmy here, but I'm
you
just
so
giving.
much.
Look at his complexion.
All right, ready? Before
Look
I
at
was
the
a baby.
Yeah, turn around.
Okay.
Sean.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and do it.
Oh, he's breathtaking.
Oh my God.
You look like you've been
Looks a little
outside,
like a slap
Nathan.
ass.
This is amazing.
Sean,
Yeah.
this is a really awkward time for you to tell you're leaving me.
It's glowy. You've got
Am I glowy? Do I look healthy? Do I look? Because I'm back in the day.
Yeah, which
right?
day? Which
back
day?
in the 1800s.
Okay.
Girls would you would pinch a girl's cheek to break the blood capillaries.
Well, to just give her a flush.
Yeah.
Or you'd have sex with her.
Yeah, they'll do it.
Trinny, can I have your ring thing? Because Sean's looking very eager. So how do I look? Okay, how do I look really? Do I look
No,
good?
No, it
seriously,
just looks
darling,
like
it's
you've
like
got a
subtle as
healthier
hell.
glow. Like you went outside and got a little bit of vitamin D.
Oh my God, I look like I've got a filter on.
Yes.
I look like I've got a filter on.
But you don't. Nobody has to filter in their
It's
life.
called a live filter. A real live filter from
Can you come and do
Trinny.
the marketing for us?
Dude,
My
we're going to do
God.
a TED talk by
Forget
tomorrow.
about talking about Uniqlo. Come and talk about Trinny Woodall.
Imagine me talking about Trinny while wearing Uniqlo. Oh, my God. They're both a Karen up. They're both a
Nathan,
Karen
we don't
up.
have to imagine it. You're doing it
Oh, my
now.
God, I'm doing it now. God,
I want to live here. It's
Wow.
such a good feeling.
And you've also written a book.
And I've written a book. I just threw that one in, called Fear Less.
Yes.
Like fear less in your life and be more.
And be fearless.
And be fearless,
Hey,
yeah.
how many reality shows have tried to grab you and put you on? Like
Go in the
like
jungle or
SAS
something.
Australia or that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
we
I'm
get
a celebrity.
few. We get a few of those, but no.
No.
I
You
haven't
know
got
why?
time.
Because
Yeah,
you're too top shelf. That's what it is.
No, I
They
think the
can't
shows are
afford you.
great, and I watch those shows, and I love the people who are on those shows, and I think they're
What
fun.
about Strictly Come Dancing? Would you do that?
I would just be two left legs. I mean, I sing like a cat, and
What
I
about
do
the
not
ice
dance.
skating one?
Ice skating one, I'll break both my legs in 2 seconds.
Tall
I mean,
and no tall and Dean.
I am not.
What about
I'm a
Bake Off?
skier.
Celebrity
I'm a
Bake
skier.
Off.
I'll
Okay.
do like 85 kilometres an hour down the slope. I'm like speed freak, but no
I would
way
love to
I
see you on
skate.
SAS and Ant Middleton screaming something and you turning
the one I
around, you
want-
turning around just going,
Oh.
no.
No, no. But you know the one I wanted to do, and I nearly did, was Bear Grylls.
Did you?
yeah.
No, but you've been drinking your own piss by the end of that.
No, but it's not quite strict. It's not like celebrity, because Bear Grylls is like challenge yourself. But then as soon as he made people go down those tunnels and potholes, and I had claustrophobia, I was like, I'm out of here. I'm out of
That girl's
here.
got her limits, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah. But, you can have aspirations. I nearly wanted to climb Mount Everest. Susanna and I went from Liverpool to London. In Liverpool, we thought, we're going to climb Mount Everest. By the time we got to London, we'd researched how many people had died.
Yes.
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
Yeah, and imagine you on the way up walking past people that are hiking going, your puffer is dreadful. Those bits make your ankles look big.
I don't do that anymore, darling. Have I said anything negative about how you're
No,
dressed?
you haven't. Thank you so much.
But if you want to, now's a good time.
Why would she? I'm wearing everything from Uniqlo.
You've got that in 3 times, and I got it in for you once too.
I know, it's
So,
good.
so have they sent you stuff yet?
Well, they
I mean,
should.
is the
they
phone
should-
ringing?
No,
No.
by the end of this chat, there should be a truck backing up.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
What size are you? Just get it out there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Trinny
going to need a
London's-
carton of this.
Yeah. She's
Cheap
just about
stuff.
to promote me for a second, so can you let her finish?
Trinny London's
Yeah.
book, Fearless.
okay.
Check that out.
Buy that.
Her store at
Yep.
Karen Up.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
the BFF cream. It will change your life because you're wearing
And-
sunscreen then and protecting your face and keeping
Oh,
you
Natalie,
young.
well
And
done.
fellas, pick up some.
Some little bit of bunny sheer shimmer.
Boys, put on some bunny
Sheer
sheer shimmer
Yeah.
for your day
See you there.
on the site.
To have a bit of a
Trinny,
flash.
it's a joy to have you
Looks
in.
so
Thank
young.
you
So
so
nice
much
to be
for
back.
joining
Thank
us
you.
today. Trinny London.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.